Hey guys, how's it going? So, no, that is not a glitch in the YouTube system. That is 2 videos for me in one day. Feel like it's been years. Obviously, it has been, but so I just wanted to make this an actually fast video, just to give you guys a demonstration about the fallacious arguments that are being promoted now to essentially dismiss our rulers, the people who truly rule us. And like I said, to just arbitrarily dismiss them and just say there's no possible way that it can happen. So one of the main arguments that you always hear, guys, you always hear this, is a certain tribe of people, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, are too divided and too divisive to be in control of anything. Now, if you are historically ignorant, then I could totally understand you taking that belief and that conclusion seriously. I really can believe that. But when you actually study history and you know how groups throughout the whole entire world, since the beginning of time itself, since we've been able to record history, that these groups that have taken over have always been divided. They've always had different belief systems within themselves. They've always done this, and they've always still conquered others in the process of being either in civil war or being against each other or going against each other. So let me give you guys just a brief history. For example, if you didn't know that during the Greek Empire, after the height of the Greek Empire, it was after they had become a massive force, they broke up into city-states. And essentially what happened was these city-states would have wars against each other. They would have civil wars. Like I said, they would break up. Sometimes one state would absorb another state. But it always seemed like Athens was the main central place in historical Greece, right? It was like their quote-unquote capital, or what, you know, everybody identified around that. Even though there were a lot of people who hated Athens, they thought they were, you know, oligarchs, etc., etc., and they wanted to oust them and they wanted to take over that territory. But we know that as soon as the Persians attacked the Greeks, they threw all of that out the window. Guys, they had a common enemy, okay? And that's exactly what happens to this tribal group nowadays. Whenever there's a common enemy, all of a sudden they throw their beliefs aside, right? These people, some people on the right side of this and the left side of the tribe, hate each other, right? They'll sit over there and they'll say, there are people who literally call them each other Hitler or Nazis, right? Though, like in Israel, you go to Israel and you get the right-wing people and they call the left-wing Nazis. And then you get the left-wing who call the right-wing Nazis. And they're just calling, everybody calls each other Nazis, right? But at the end of the day, they still defend each other whenever their group is attacked. Think about it. Think about all the people. Look at people such as, what's his name? Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan. Look what they did to him. Now, obviously, I don't agree with a lot of what Louis Farrakhan preaches, obviously. But look what they did to him. Look what they did to David Duke. Look what they do to all these people. They'll just totally misrepresent them. They don't even care if the information is even relevant or up to date anymore, right? They just throw the kitchen sink at them, and it sticks. And it's both sides and coming together to fight them. But then no quibble and, you know, about these little stupid procedures that, oh, should we have a two-state solution in Israel? I don't know. Either way, they want what's best for their group. Okay? Do you not get that? There were many factions in the National Socialist Party, even when Hitler was coming to power. Okay? Yes, granted, Hitler ended up killing a lot of those people, and he consolidated a lot of that into, you know, essentially what he was. He was seen as, quote-unquote, the right wing of the National Socialists, which is weird when you think about it, right? He's the right-wing National Socialist? Wait, socialism right-wing? But right-wing in that group, okay? Out of the group. Everybody knows about, you know, Ernst Röhm and that, but how many people actually know that there were other groups besides that? There were a lot of division in the National Socialists. How many people know that there were a lot of divisions in the Soviet Union? Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on from that. And how another argument that I constantly hear is, oh, well, there's good people from this tribe. Okay? What does that have to do with anything? There's good people from the United States who were against the Iraq War. It doesn't mean that we didn't blow up Iraq. Do you not get that? Is it really that hard to understand? There's good people in all groups. There were good Soviets. There were good National Socialists. What does that prove? That their group didn't do something destructive and horrible to the world? Does that really prove that in your small mind? But like I said, it's one of those things where I'm preaching in the choir here, I guess, because you guys understand history as well as I do, if not more. You know, I always say this. When it comes to certain topics, I am very educated in it. But then other topics, I am totally ignorant. I am as dumb as you could possibly be. Okay? And I will not speak on those topics unless I do research on it. And what I think is conclusive, or at least what I ascertained, is relevant and truthful. Okay? But a lot of people like to spread these ideas around that, oh, there's a few good people in this tribe. Of course there are. There's good people in everything. Okay? Do you not get that? You don't think there were good people in the Italian mafia? Right? Hello? I mean, my goodness. It's just like that idea that, oh, well, when you show that, like during World War II, oh, you show that Germans executed a group of Jews, therefore I prove the Holocaust is real. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like that leap of conclusion from that to that? That's called confirmation bias. Essentially, you're going out and you're looking for something to confirm your bias, okay? And you don't even realize it. This idea that, well, you know, everybody who holds this position that I do is a racist or an extremist. Dude, I didn't even know anything about this before I did research into it. Before I even really researched geopolitics and history, I had no idea what was going on. I just spouted the same nonsense that every, you know, typical leftist socialist did, because that's what I was 7 years ago before I started this channel. And then I educated myself on certain topics. Actually, it was more like, I think it was like 2014 or late 2013, 2014, where I identified as literally a democratic socialist. I was a big Bernie, you know, people like that who would come out and say, oh, it's, you know, these groups of corporations and all these people getting together. But then when I actually educated myself and I learned the probability of that happening, because think about it, all these corporations, they have their different interests. They want to all have more money than the other corporation. These oligarchs all want to compete against each other. The idea that you just got one oligarch over here and one oligarch over here, and they just go up and shake each other's hands and high-five each other. Yeah, we're screwing our countries, guys. That is more unbelievable than what I'm promoting, okay? What I'm promoting is that throughout all of history, there have been cycles where certain groups of people, whether it be ethnic, racial, religious, whatever it may be, those people have gotten together and have amassed a large amount of power, whether it through wealth, whether it through territory, whether through political power, whatever it may be, and they control others and they suppress others. And then what happens is when you question them, they try to point the finger at someone else, or they try to call you a racist. Okay? It's pretty simple, my belief. So, I believe that's all. Oh, look at, like, you know, it's almost 10 minutes again. I apologize. I said this was going to be a quick video, but then it's almost like I don't want to say certain things without giving a context to it. Because then it's just like you get people who come in here in the comment section and say, oh, well, did you know about this, or did you know about that? And it's like, obviously I knew about that stuff, guys. That's why do you think I even drew these conclusions, okay? I'm not Mr. Jonestein. I don't just get propaganda and then just promote it. So I believe that's it. I mean, guys, literally, Jonestein is so bad. I have a video of him, and it was 1999, where he literally calls Putin a raging demon and says that he needs to be taken out and he needs to be killed immediately, and that he's part of the New World Order, he's part of the IMF, he's pushing the IMF on us, he's a demon out of control. But isn't it funny now? Now all of a sudden Putin's oh wow. I mean, he's not great, but he's not, you know, he's not bad. He's not good, but he's not bad. Jones always does that now, you know. Israel's not bad and it's not good, you know. They got a lot of good people over there. Oh yeah. So did the Soviets, dude. Doesn't mean that the Soviets weren't evil. So yeah, that is it for today. Take it easy, guys. I will see you next time.